Alrighty. Yeah, so speaking of, I actually didn't know that you effectively sustained a head injury or some kind of brain injury. I'm not
Yeah, I had
sure
like a
what it was
three.
exactly.
I had like a three brain surgeries, because like the bullet was too deep inside the head. They couldn't take it out to just kind of patch it up, and like they put me in a coma, sleeping on the right side for 2 weeks, and then the bullet kind of swim in. They opened it, like took it out here, and they're like lots of damage. But yeah,
Yeah, my wife had brain surgery in December, and for about 48 hours she couldn't speak. She has brain cancer.
oh,
So back in December she had a stroke, and then she was taken very quickly into brain surgery within 2 or 3 weeks. Um, I was working at the time when the stroke happened, so when I left work early, as you must. I got to the hospital and we didn't know what the scans were like, but it was very scary for her because the she could see what the nurses uh, were doing with their face. They were so shocked by what the scans looked like, yet we never saw the scans until 2 weeks later, exactly 1 week before the brain surgery happened. And what happened was she had 6.5 by 5.5 roughly centimeter brain tumor, which they operated on that right after Christmas. And then when she came home in January, um, they ran the diagnosis and found that it was cancerous. So anyway, 2 days after the brain surgery, she was able to speak much better again. And the first things she said to me were completely different. It was like she was reborn. So I have kind of witnessed that for similar kind of thing for myself and my wife. And she
yeah,
has been a complete warrior about this. And that's why um, the I think the week she was having brain surgery, I was interviewing Raul Tomasi, and I started a new tradition of putting one of her shoes in the background. I don't know why, but it's a reminder of the fact that she can stand tall and get through anything. So a lot of courage and strength in that, and people watching who have not gone through something as scary as brain surgery, you really have no excuses. So I also want to point that out.
yeah, yeah, true.
Hmm.
So yeah, I start going out, posting, doing research, but I was basically, my really transformation was, I was crazy. I was crazy about, because I mean there was only way. I knew, like, I had to do something if I want growth. I was limping, I was like, disabled kid. I was like, okay, like, I need to, if I have to die, I was ready to die for this. I was, not for, I was there. I'll tell you how crazy I was. Okay, with my first money, I bought myself voice recorder for conferences. Okay, with a old microphone, kind of back in the days, like a big, chunky ones. So I was doing, I think I was looking like a 10, 15 approaches per day for 2 weeks. So I collected, like, probably hundreds of conversations. After the 2 weeks, Friday night, I remember like yesterday. This is how crazy I was. I retyped all those conversations in a Word document, printed everything out on the floor of my living room, all of them. Like, and then I was like trying to find patterns. Here, I said this, then here I said this, then like on this paper is approach. I got a girl, I got a number, and this, like, so I was trying, and this is what I was doing. Like, I was analyzing every sentence, every word, every, like, interaction, like, to the smallest detail. I was fine-tuning openers, how much energy can I get from the opener, from the conversation, like, why it worked, why didn't it work here. But I went crazy. I was like, it took like a 2 3 years. I was Einstein level. I was crazy. I was like, like beyond crazy.
You were effectively a social scientist at your own social
Yeah,
process.
yeah, 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 yeah. I was like really like I was like decoding the smallest thing, like like fixing. I would just go. I would just work on the opener for like a 2 3 weeks. Then I will move on to next segment. Then next, then like kiss close. I was just fixing and finding how can I kiss the girl for like 2 3 weeks or a month. And of
Was
course,
that
when you
a
focus,
was that a combination of obsession and passion? As in, you're very excited to find what the answer is.
yeah, yeah, I was, and that was like before any like wingmans. I was alone. I was like going out alone. I mean, people heard about me because I started doing some crazy stuff. Like nobody like was like able to approach girls and take them home, and so of course like people start calling me and stuff. But like, yeah, I was like, leave me alone. This is my project. I know I'm on something. I will succeed. And really like that level of dedication and craziness, it led to many discoveries. Of course, like
Damn, that's pretty crazy. That's fascinating.